Good day, traders. Hoping that everybody's doing well today. Let's hop onto the markets and see what we've got, see what we can take advantage of, and hopefully get some posts for the day, guys. Can you guys confirm if my sound is good, if my screen is clear, and then I can definitely get started. Don't forget to drop your pairs on the side there, and then I can definitely take a look. Okay, awesome. I'm just going to clear up some of these setups here, and then we'll definitely get on there. Okay. Good morning, Pablo. Good morning, Pablo. Hoping that you are well. Sound is clear and sound. Perfect. That's good, guys. Just going to clear some of these and hopefully we'll get something today and take advantage. Okay. The day is beautiful. Perfect. The day is perfect. Awesome. Starting with the usual, I'm just going to go start with, let's start with the gold actually, because we all know how you guys love requesting for a gold setup. Let's see what we have on it. And hopefully we can find something decent along the way. Okay. Gold is still at the region, is still at the retracement region that we're looking at the last time based off this level here. Because we did have a retracement from this point all the way back up and then a breakout structure. So price is coming back into the zone. So this is based on the daily, by the way, guys. So this you can keep along the way. Hopefully it will come back into this region. And once it does, then you can look at your sells. But meanwhile, let's refine it. And then I will go back deeper into price so we can find a better SL range to work with. Okay, so that's how it looks based off the daily. You can refine it even further and have a setup that looks like that. So you can keep this along the way. So now what this means now is whatever you find in the day, should be agreeing with that overall structure. So we should see some buys into this region and potentially have a nice entry in there. Okay. So going deeper into price now, trying to find a buy. So we do have a breakout structure here. And then we've got that OB, this massive OB right there. That's on the hourly, by the way, guys. So we can refine it a bit. Just try to find an unmitigated OB. Okay, so we do see one here, right there. So we can get a nice sell from that region. Go back into the hourly. And then your setup would look a little something like that. And we are still going to find some buys. And of course, you're targeting this low here. This is our trading range. And remember the rules. You want to always buy above the 50% mark. Anywhere inside this red point here, you can find a good sell. Okay. And then there we go. Then let's take a look at the lower time frames. Well, actually, we'll go back into the 4 hour because I was looking at this region here, this range here, and I saw this sensitive area here that you all want to be wary of as price gets there. Okay, go back now. Okay, that's fine. So we are going to stick to this specific one. This market, have your alerts. They make it much, much easier to work with. Okay. Awesome, awesome. Do drop your pairs as well on the side. Don't forget to like the stream as well. And once you do, you can get the channel growing. Okay. So we are good with gold. I see one of you guys requested us to look at Bitcoin. You just want to see where it is. Okay, just broke out of this range. on the daily. Take a look at the 4 hour, see if we can find anything inside here. This was a good setup that worked for us. Let me just move that over there so we can make our screen a bit cleaner. Nothing in there. Hop onto the lower time frame some more. I think for now with Bitcoin, you might want to actually leave it for a bit. You might want to stay away from it for a bit because it keeps breaking into ranges. I mean, we've got this range here. We've got another one here at the top. And then it did come from a very long range on the daily. So you'd want to actually stay away from it for a bit until you start seeing structure happening. We do have this breakout of this level here. So once you start seeing price retracing and then forming a low, respecting these ones here, and then all the way up to break structure, then you can start looking for some buys. But until that happens, we have to really, really stay away and avoid getting hit into these. Okay, so you're gonna avoid that for now. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. Don't forget to like the stream. I see Donaldson wants us to look at USD ZAR. Good morning, Run Fanatic. Garb wants us to look at the German 30 and GJ from Mondo. Okay, let's keep searching until we find some good pairs to work with the USD ZAR. Another of those pairs I seldom look at. I think I did state that with you guys last week. That it's very, very rare that you'll find me trading the USD ZAR. Okay. So we do have, this could be seen as a decent BOS from these wicks here, or we can focus on this one right here. But now we're having a bit of a challenge because this zone here is not respected. It did get broken. Okay, let's go back. Let's see how the daily is looking. On the daily, we do see a good decline in the BOS over here, which means this would be our point of entry, taking these highs. But remember now, if you're trading the daily time zones, you're going to have a bit of a challenge. Go deeper into price here, because you might have this triggering in a while. We are looking for the unmitigated one. So this is one right here. Take the highs, of course. And remember, this is based off the daily. So do keep that in mind. I'm going to try get deeper into price just so I can see if I can find a decent entry point in this zone here for the hourly setups. But for now, for the daily, you do have something decent along these lines. Keep that in mind. There we go. Then you've got your zone over there. And then let's hop into 4 hour. You do see price retracing, or rather dropping down, but we're not finding a good point of entry to get in from, because this does count as a BOS, which would mean potentially this is a candle you want to be working with. And if you do refine it further, this is unmitigated. So if you hop on deeper into price, beautiful. We do have this unmitigated one here and this one here at the top. So you'd find yourself in the region. Do check your pips as well. You always want to make sure that you're well refined. Okay. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. Don't forget to like the stream. Still unmitigated. Let's go deeper and deep. We are basically refining that OB, and we're trying to find an unmitigated OB to trade from and potentially find ourselves a good decent setup to work with. Okay, so to look something like that. This is based off this one over here, by the way, guys. So keep that in mind. Then you'll have your setup that looks like that. Okay. And of course, you're targeting these lows here. And remember, your trading range is from that point to this point over here. So keep that in mind. Okay. Okay, beautiful. And then moving forward, remember to mark your alerts. And once price does get in between, you can have your stop orders. You do not want to use limit orders at all. Okay, beautiful. So we're going to leave that as is, and then hop on to see what other pairs you guys want us to look at. GCAD and USD Swiss franc. Okay, let me just add this here so I can follow up with it. Let's see if we do have a trigger in there. Okay, awesome. And then EU. Let's take a look at EU. I'm gonna mark that. Euro USD. There we go. This one has been misbehaving for a bit. We do see a nice aggressive bullish move happening there. We have a decent POS over here, which would give us potentially this candle to work with. And remember now, based off this, your trading range would be anywhere below here. Keep that in mind. Let's refine this OB here. And then go deeper into price. You want an unmitigated OB. And you always want to take the lows as well. Okay. There's one right here. Unmitigated. Here's your lows. But you still want to go a bit deeper because that's a bit of a huge stop loss range there. So do keep that in mind. There we go. So you can work with this one right here. It's relatively very, very small, but it gives you a bit of a better stop loss range to work with. Okay, so there's your setup. And this is a 4-hour, by the way, guys. It's a 4-hour. We are going to look at the 1 hour just now. There we go. And then you'll have your entry point right there. And right there. Perfect. So you'll have your alert. Because you remember, you don't use limit orders. You always want to get in using stop orders. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Okay. Now on the hourly, we had this big move up, breaker structure, but then price violated that by breaking the zone. I mean, we could potentially start seeing the price tanking down to get to these 4-hour levels over here. And see how that works from there. I see Publish says they want to sell. Buyers on Marco still bearish. Okay, let's see how that works from there. Potentially in the hourly, if you think about it, that could work because I mean you've got this massive imbalance here as well. Breakout structure, which I just explained now. So if this level is respected, you might find a retracement and a breaker structure at the bottom and potentially find a way to enter a sell into these levels here. And then from there, you can start looking for buys in there. Because now, when you start going deeper into price, when you start looking at the higher time frames, you will find yourself, just research here, you'll find yourself dealing with this overall bullish move. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. I see Worldwide wants us to look at USD Swiss franc, and G is looking at GCAD. Okay. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. Don't forget to like the stream. There we go, GCAD. Okay, GCAD is actually getting into our area of interest from last week, but it's very, very invalid now. So we are going to remove that and restart this analysis from scratch. Okay. Awesome. Also, we'll look at GU as well. Just remove all that noise. Okay, so on the daily, we do have these sensitive areas here, and you saw it getting into the zone here as well. So those are price points that you have to really be careful of, because you should expect price to react in those regions. So once we've got that in play, we had a decent, this is a 4 by the way, we had a decent BOS over here, and then price is literally in the OB here. So if you actually do refine it a bit more, we might find a point to go with. Okay, let's take a look. We're refining this area. I'm looking for an unmitigated OB. There we go. There's one here. There's one there. So we can either use this one here or this one here. Then I'll go for the bottom one. This is based off the 4 hour, by the way, guys. And we're actually in the region as we speak. So now this is where now you want to really, really be careful. And this is where now buy stops come in play, because you don't want to find yourself getting wicked out of setups. You want to wait for price to actually get deeper into this stop loss range, go halfway. And then once it gets there, then you can trigger your buy stops. And then if it does break the zone and go further in, then you'd know that this entire setup is invalid and you have to get out of it. But this is where now your buy stops are coming in for a push on the 4 hour. I hope that makes sense. So you'll have your alert right in between. And once it triggers, you can trigger your buy stops moving forward from there. Okay, hope that makes sense. And then going deeper into the very same setup, looking at the hourly, you had your BOS over here, but you haven't seen price come back into this to pick up some orders as yet. So you're going to have to stay away for a bit. Let's see how the 30 is looking. So ideally, what you'd also want to see is when you go deeper into price based off those 4 hour, you can look at, say, for example, your 15 minutes. And then once you take a look at your 15 minutes, you start seeing structure to the upside. Say, for example, you start seeing something like that, retracing, respecting orders, push up, breaking structure, retracing, respecting the lows. Then you can look at a buy from there, because you know that once it gets into this region, the only way moving from here is for a bullish move. I hope that makes sense, guys. I hope that makes sense. Don't forget to like the stream. So there's our GCAT position. Let's see how that plays out. Okay. Awesome. And then now we've got GU from PK with GU. We'll take a look at that as well. And then USD Swiss franc, we'll take a look at that as well. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Matthew wants us to look at USD ZAR, which we just did. Dirty 30 from Kevin Joseph. Let's look at that as well. And then we'll take our advantages from there. Okay. Awesome. USD Swiss franc is one of those pairs I actually haven't looked at in a minute as well. Let's look at the lower time frames. Okay. We do see something forming. Although we are in a bit of a range here, I would want to be playing around that area. So I think with the USD Swiss franc base of the hourly, I would want to see a bit more moves. So like, for example, we had this BOS over here. Price came back down to pick up some orders from this order block there, and then lifted, breaking structure. So expecting price to come back and pick up some orders here and then push up to the top side. I think I'll probably wait for this zone first to happen before I look at a buy, because I do think getting in now from this range will be a bit premature of us, mainly because it's still in this range here. So I'll stay away for a bit. Okay. Let's jump on to the next one, US 30. Okay, hop on to the daily. This was a beautiful setup that we got here. And then this one definitely kicked us out. This is off the daily, by the way, guys. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. I just need to mark this so I can erase these figures. There you go. And I'm just going to move this to the back. Beautiful. Okay. Let's go deeper again. Let's go deeper in. 4 hour, US 13. Let's get the hourly. Sorry about that. I think that's the disadvantage with US 30. When it moves aggressively. So we might have missed a shot in here. Let's look at the 30-minute. So in the 30, we do see price breaking down, but still getting into a range here. I don't like this range at all. Yeah, okay. We're going to ignore that over here. Until we can get a BOS to the downside here, we may want to stay away for a bit, but that's in a zone we want to watch. So you essentially want price to break this rule, and once it does, you want to come back and pick up the orders and tank from there. So until that happens, we are going to stay away for a bit. We're going to keep our distance. We'll watch it from a mile. Okay. Okay, let's look at the DR30 here. This is interesting. So we had price move to the downside, retrace, break a structure, retrace, break a structure, retrace. But now it didn't break structure again. Now we're seeing it push to the upside. So essentially, you might want to see it retrace, respect this zone here. And then once it respects the zone and go back to break this structure again here, then we can look for some buys. But for now, we're going to have to really, really keep our distance as well. Try to see what it's going to do from here. Okay. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. Okay, then the hourly. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. Don't forget to like the stream. Nothing there for us. Go deep again. Now we're seeing price just breaking to ranges. We're seeing it do a lot of ranges. So GCAD just triggered, so you can place your buy stops now. And then let's see how that works out. Okay. No, nothing for us there. Nothing for us there. Okay. Yep, GCAD alert triggered. Yep, so now you can have your buy stops. And then we'll look at NAS 100 now. GR30, nothing decent there. GU we did look at, if I'm not mistaken. Did we look at GU? No, we didn't. Yeah, GU has been playing around with our emotions as well, hitting break evens. But let's see how that works. Definitely going to stay away from GU. Take a look at the hourly. Yeah, it's been ranging in here, ranging for a bit. Yeah, you have to stay away from that one as well. Okay, let's see what other ones you guys want us to look at. GCAD we looked at US 100. Okay, just gonna erase that. For our, this is the reason why we don't use the limit orders, by the way, guys. As you can see, price went in, triggered buy stop, a sell stop, and then it literally just left, basically invalidating the whole setup. So that's the beauty with using those kind of zones. Okay, let me erase that. That's also invalid now. Price lift only, and see what we can find in there. We may actually find something decent here. Price broke, came back down. So for now, we have to wait until it either breaks the zone, and if it does break it, we'll be using this massive candle to work with. Just going to refine it for you guys. Beautiful. Then you're going to have this one to work with. Refine even further. Deeper again. Then you're going to find yourself working with that one over here. Take the highs. Let's see if we can refine it even further. Yep, it looks like we can. There we go. There's our trick point right there. And then break it down. And of course, you'll have a setup that looks like this. And remember now, this is highly dependent on this zone being broken. So you have to wait for a break of structure here. Doesn't matter how far it goes. And of course, you wait for a retracement into this region. And then, of course, sell off from there. Okay. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. Don't forget to like the stream. There we go. Perfect. And I think that's about it, guys. We literally went through all the pairs that you guys requested, actually. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So we are going to be hopping into the London live now and hopefully find some setups in there. For now, just keep an eye on these 5 setups that we did look at, and all those that did not really give us something decent, stay away from them. Do follow the rules. For example, this US 100, wait for a breaker structure before you look at entering into that setup there. And then from there, you can take it from there. Okay. Do follow us on our YouTube channel to catch the London lives every day. You can drop us an inbox on Telegram, or just contact us on our website. I'm just dropping it at the bottom there. And then we shall chat again next week, same time. Happy trading, guys. If you do have some questions, do drop me an inbox. I will try my best to answer them. Happy trading, guys. Cheers.